then the unexpected occurs and the miraculous occurs. And once people discover that the miracles that happen when you're empty, it's just amazing. So I don't know, there's just a lot as human beings we need to learn in order to be so many of us telling our individual stories.
Yeah. In fact, I'm reminded of, since you pointed out to something coming from the East, there are lots of ancient texts coming from India. I'm reminded of a couple of them where there is an ancient scholar called Yagnavalkya. He lived on this, he walked this planet hundreds of years back. And in one of the conversations he's having with his wife, he's just come back from something called a Shastrarth, which was that era's contestation and construction of ideas. And he had just come back from that, and he's talking to his wife, and he sits down and he's lamenting man's abuse of language and reason. And this goes back hundreds of years. And the other is, in one of the Indian texts, there is a particular Sanskrit 3-word called Shabda Jhalam Maharanyam. Basically translated means words and language have tendency to confuse. So yeah, I think if these scriptures are true and they have been around for hundreds and thousands of years, then we have a long way to go to understand our own selves and our own inner complexity while we are dealing with the outer complexity.
Language is a beautiful thing. I love it, but it also is a necessary lie all the time because it cannot contain as much as there is. And that's why poetry will never end, because as we write poetry, we're always looking for how to put this thing that doesn't exist in language into language. So we never succeed and we keep trying, and that's why it's infinite. We can't confuse the map with the territory. And language is the sort of map that points to the territory.
Yeah. Speaking of poetry, you've been a great champion and proponent of poetry in our lives, not just the personal lives, but also in professional and academic lives.